Ya, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, my students. Ya, welcome back again with me, Miss Lily Istiqomah on Research on Translation. Ya, today we are going to discuss about the concept of narrative inquiry and the impact for teacher identity. First of all, did you know or do you know what is narrative inquiry is for? Ya, narrative inquiry is for teachers, teacher educators, researchers, and then narrative inquiry means different things to different people. So find out what it means for you. It means that we are as a teacher, or you are as a teacher or novice teachers, you may conduct the research by using this narrative inquiry method. It is stated by Jason and Golombek 20 and 2. Inquiry into experience enables teachers to act with foresight. It gives them increasing control over their thoughts and actions, grants their experiences enriched, deepened meaning, and enables them to be more thoughtful and mindful of their work. The book and title, Teacher's Narrative Inquiry. So here, narrative inquiry has as its central concern the stories narrators tell about their life experiences. So you may conduct a research by using narrative inquiry. It means that there were many stories about life experiences. The narrative inquiry is much more than the telling of stories. It is about making meaning of life experiences in the process of telling stories. What about narrative inquiry in language teaching and learning? Narrative inquiry as a method, have been used either in edited books, book chapter, journal articles, dissertation and thesis, teachers' exploratory action research, teaching reflection, or graduate student assignment or assessment. According to Barhuizen, Benson, and Schick, dealing more with the fundamentals of narrative inquiry, this introductory text draws on a database of more than 175 studies to present concrete example of narrative method used to collect and analyze oral, written, and multimodal data and to report findings. Thus, based on Barhuizen, Benson, and Schick, that narrative inquiry is a fundamental. They, or the three of person here, use 175 studies about narrative inquiry. There are 5 core dimensions of narrative inquiry, but before we these are the among 5 core dimensions. The first, let us differentiate first between an analysis of narrative and narrative analysis. Analysis of narrative is a conventional thematic or content analysis and involves teaching or coding data for themes, categorizing these, and looking of patterns of association among them. So, analysis of narrative includes includes the data, yeah, what kind of thematic, and then what kind of coding data, what kind of pattern that you will conduct in your research. Meanwhile, narrative analysis is configuring data content into a coherent story whole. Yeah, the outcome of analysis is a story. So, after you have this theme and then data, and then code the data, themes, patterns, and then you craft it into a story. This is what we call a narrative analysis. Well, analysis of narrative is something that consists of data, yeah, data itself, themes, and then coding the data, and then pattern, etc. Meanwhile, narrative analysis is the crafting of your narrative, analysis of narrative, or those kind of items, and then you craft it into a stories, yeah. And then what is story? Yeah, just pay attention to the colorful word over there. Yeah, the first one, story means experiences, and then story is reflective or evaluative, and then it is a temporal dimension, and then it is action, and then story also consists of who, when, and where, and the story is tellability. Tellability means the extent to which an account conveys a sequence of reportable event. Ya, seberapa tinggi cerita Anda itu dapat diceritakan, ya, itu in bahasa Indonesia, ya, tellability. Tellability. Okay, now comes to the first one, ya, 5 dimension. The first one is content, ya. Your content, ya, what the story is about, who, where, and when. So when you conduct a research, yeah, by using narrative inquiry, the first one you have a content, yeah. Your content should include who, siapa yang berbicara atau siapa yang Anda teliti, when, di mana, and then when, kapan, who, and what happen or will happen together, ya. The narrator is the person or the participant, and then others in the story, and then their relationship, ya. Maybe others in the story, maybe you, ya, the narrators, your participant, others in the story, maybe you or other person, and then their relationship, ya, the relationship between narrator and the other person in the story. And then where and what happen or will happen there, ya. Where, ya, includes a person and sequence of place in the story. So you must conduct, or you must try to find out the stories, ya, from the item where, ya, where is the stories come from, ya, place and sequence of place in the story. And then when, what happen or will happen then, ya. When here can be related to the past, present, or the future. For instance, when you wanna conduct about the research concerning with certification, for instance, ya, teacher certification, ya, you may conduct your research by using narrative inquiry. For instance, When itu kapan ya? You may ask to your participant or your narrator when, ya, kejadian, pas, kapan, yang waktu dulu, and then present, sekarang, and then the future, yang akan datang. For instance, your example is guru yang mendapatkan sertifikasi. Jadi eksplorasi pengalaman guru yang mendapatkan sertifikasi, seperti itu contohnya ya. Kemudian Anda bisa mewawancarai guru yang mendapatkan sertifikasi itu dengan ini, who, siapa, berarti Anda mewawancarai kepada partisipan Anda. And then where, di mana tempatnya, mungkin di guru SMA X. And then when, kapan. Jadi sebelum mendapatkan sertifikasi, sekarang setelah mendapatkan sertifikasi, dan apa harapan setelah nanti, future, ya. So this is the diagram, ya, when, where, and who. And then the second one, context, ya. Three interconnected story context, ya. Story with all small letters. Jadi in narrative inquiry, dalam narrative inquiry itu, ya, there is three kinds of story. The first one is story with small letters, semuanya kecil hurufnya, ya. It concludes personal experiences of narrator, and then close social interaction with student and other teacher, and in a classroom, and shorten time scale. What about story with S, capital, ya, capital S? It is meso spaces in school, staff room, neighborhood, and local community, and medium-term time scale. What about story in a capital letters? It is the broader ideological spatial context of teaching experiences, ya. And then micro context and longer time scale, ya. For instance, this is a diagram, ya. Story with all in small letters. This one is story in a capital letters, S with S, and then this story in all in capital letters. When you conduct a research with a story, ya, in a little letter, it means, ya, you just conduct the research in quite narrow theme, ya. For instance, you choose theme with sertifikasi, ya, eksplorasi pengalaman guru yang mendapatkan sertifikasi. Nah, itu termasuk dalam story yang kecil. Kalau story yang gede, yang besar ini misalkan eksplorasi pengalaman guru yang mendapatkan sertifikasi se-Kabupaten Sukoharjo, misalkan. And then story yang besar ini, yang lebih besar lagi, mungkin se-Sukoharjo tapi ditambah lagi dengan item-item yang lain, atau ini se-Indonesia juga bisa. Okay, ya, I think it's enough for today. Let's continue next week our discussion. Let's say hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.